my name is Gulnaz, and I am a life coach, but we are more than that, all of you. I know some of you. We are not just a mom, a person, we are more than that. And as the time goes on, we become more than that. So I was telling a little bit like when I moved here from Pakistan, I did not even know how to speak English very well, but I was very enthusiastic. So the time goes on as we are learning, taking care of the kids, minding our own business. And then after 30 years of my life, I was standing in uh, in a trespass and saying, okay, what is next for me? Because I never planned for that. I was like coming here, the land of opportunity, making good money, good future for the kids. And then what about me? We never worked on my relationship because from the culture that I came from, is like just follow the rules. And I did follow everything blindly. So such pain came to me. And I was like, okay. And I was really depressed for good 2 years. And then there is a taboo stigma in my culture that we cannot go for mental health, ask for it. If people know, they'll be like, oh. But I did go. I advocate for all the women, all the men and guys too, boys. I did go for professional help, and I'm glad I did. I went for a therapist and I went for a coach. And I have learned so many things about that unraveled things that I would have never reached to the level, the thinking I am. So, what I am standing in front of you is what I have deeply learned, the vast, the knowledge of what life really is. And I'm still a student of life. So, instead of staying in the abyss of like, oh, what has happened to me? Hey, that was an experience. And I'm out here to explore more and let the journey begin. Bismillah. So, with the self love, that is the topic. Before we begin, I always say that we will meditate. Now, for the meditate, we all have different ways. Some people chant, some people just pray, but meditate merely very the means to be aware. You can chant, you can say, or you can just not. It's up to you. But we are going to close our eyes for a minute because it's just 1 hour. But just to be aware, bring yourself here. Our mind are here 100%. So we are going to close our eyes. You can put your hands however you do. I just do it a little bit like that and then put my hands on the side. Flex your shoulders, relax it. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and then we are going to think about someone we love unconditionally. That they gave us joy, they gave us smiles. Could be a pet, could be our kids, could be our friends, could be anyone. It's unconditional love. There are no strings attached. Think about them. I'll give you a second or a minute. And then we are going to focus on our inner source. We are going to go deep down. Everyone has that inner source. That's our guidance system. We all have it. Whether where we are, whatever ethnicity we are, we have it. And we are going to connect with the source, and then send love to everyone in the world, everyone where your loved ones are. They don't need to love us back. There is no condition. We are going to send them love. I'll give you a couple seconds in quietness. You will slowly open up when you're ready. I'll give you a couple seconds. Now you will feel a little fuzziness in this area because you just thought about something very positive, very powerful. That does not have to do with any religion, any ethnicity, any socioeconomic status. This is something, it's love, positivity for everyone. Before we move on, I would like to talk about an agreement. How a human mind works is Whenever we say someone, can you do this for me? But if we use the word agreement, the brain automatically agrees with the person if it's appropriate. So agreement is we are attending here this opportunity with open heart and open mind. We are going to participate fully, 100%. All the information here that we will share and we will use, it's for our growth. Nothing more, nothing less. We will understand that everything others use to talk about, it's confidential, and not just others, but what you will say, others will do vice versa. There are no judgments here. We are going to share everything with our full vulnerability, but in the trust that we are all in this together. No one is better, no one is a little lower. We are all going to respect that. Moving on. The guidelines, the greatest gift we can give others. Yes, I would love to receive something expensive, but acceptance with love. That is the highest we can give to someone. Listening with our hearts without any judgment. All of us are perfect wherever we are. We don't need fixing. Nobody needs fixing. You guys, girls, guys are perfect individuals. This is the present. The present where we are is absolutely fine. We are all doing our best wherever we stand, no judgments. We respect the privilege of this opportunity. This is opportunity given to us by the divine universe. This is all decided, and your energies combine on this event. Probably something very good is going to come into your life and mine as well when we connect. And the last, everyone is capable to change with compassion. When you use that, it might take some time for others, but it's inevitable. The change will happen for good with compassion. Compassion and little patience is the key. Before we get self love, all we here are going to talk about information. Now, when I inform you, you're going to absorb that. That is going to form something because information we absorb, it forms in us, brings some change. That is what the transformation is. We grab information, we process it, and that transforms our life, whether it's a positive way or in a negative manner. This is going to happen. Now, the first thing before we even go to self love, I would like to bring up we are all individuals. We are doing our best, and we are all working. Whether we are working, have jobs, businesses, professions, we're still working. So we are going to do a little brainstorm, which I call voice in the room. I am not going to pinpoint, but anyone can volunteer fully with no judgment. We have already laid the rules like if we are just working, what else are we doing? Do I have permission of this side to begin from this side? Is that okay? Awesome. Anyone, any volunteers? What are we doing? Managing and no, as a profession, what do you do? Like you're not free all the time. You do something all the time. So very good. Okay, excuse my handwriting. It's not that to read. It's we will show the purpose of this exercise. Parenting, managing. Anyone else, please? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Awesome. Beautiful. Organizing. I love organizing. Since we have jumped to this side, I hope this side don't mind. We will come back. Ooh, planning for more work. Hallelujah, girl. You're doing great. Okay, planning. Volunteering. Beautiful. Creating. Ooh. Hmm. Overstressing for others. Hmm. You don't mind me right add that to that. Overstressing for others? You okay with that? General overstressing. Yes, I agree. Yes, absolutely. Anyone else, please? Oh, very good. Okay. Now, anyone else? Ignoring too. I hope we are not ignoring ourselves now. Okay, so people might say, oh, you're busy, but doing what? I'm working. But this one word, can it do the justice we all do this? Probably most of us are doing probably all of these things, or maybe three or four. So you can see we are not just working, we are doing and playing all these roles. So we have only one lifetime. We are doing all this, and I love this one. On the what price? Ignoring who? There you go. So, moving on. Now we are going to, what is self love? Before even I begin, I would like to have an idea. What do you think about self love? So, I hope this side doesn't mind if I begin from this side, please. Any idea? Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. We already have based the foundation that there are no judgments. We are free to talk. Yes. What? Yes. Beautiful. We don't have to justify anyone. Very nice. And I or myself, this is who I accept. Very nice. Anyone else from? Yes, go ahead. No, 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 go ahead. No, no, nobody raised the hand. Compassion. Beautiful. This side is getting warmer. This side had a beautiful beginning. Here you go. You go. Very nice. So, what self love is? Yes, the title, the topic did say go for the nails done, or that is part of it. That's taking care of it. But that's the external part of it. Even if we are taking care of our outer bodies, if deep down we are not happy, do you think that will show on outside all the happiness? It will definitely show. So what the self-love truly is, just like Jean Marie and she said, compassion, and not justifying, I will add to it, accepting without any judgments where I stand, how I look, what I think, what I am going through, accepting it, realizing it, and then coming to face, hey, this is who I am. So, self love is accepting your whatever emotions, situation, sad, mad, hurt, financially, you accept it. And that is self love. And another self love defined divine in human. What we humans tend to do is there are two types of love: self love and divine and human. Human love, sadly, is attached with kind of strings, good or bad, sad, positive or negative. If I'm happy with someone, someone did something for me, I'll be like, oh, I love you. I'm okay. And then something I'm not happy about, if I cannot take that out on that person, guess who I'm going to be mad about? I'm going to take that on me, not that person, because that is not in my power. So, what we humans tend to do is divine power is air, water, the sunlight. It will be for everyone, whether that person respects the nature or not. Now that's Mother Universe, nature, she can do it. We tend to be that. We keep on giving and giving and giving. Our family, our kids, our parents, people around us, our boss, we tend to keep giving and giving, and we tend to kind of like come to align with the divine love. We are not gods. We are only human beings. We have our timeline and we have our energies, which will expire. I'm not, this is not a sad thing, but we all have limited energy and we need to find the preferences. We forget that. And that is where we ignore the self love. And instead of that, we try to do divine love. And then one day comes like what happened to me: give, 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 give. And then boom, like there's nothing more left for me, no purpose. So what I was coming from my ego. I was telling, how dare it happen to me? I gave this, this, this for 30, and now I'm expecting them from them to give me that, whatever I give. So they need to repay me. That is self-love. It is conditional. So it doesn't work. The story I will add is there is one boat, sadly one boat. It has 10 people in it, but there are a couple people in the water. They could not get out. Only 10 people. The boat can only handle 10 people. The boat goes on. The people who are drowning, they're like, hey, you guys are so selfish. You're forgetting us. Take couple. It's not, nothing will happen. You guys, 11th will not going to kill you. But the people who are in the boat, they know, we know. The one person comes, we all die, 11 of them. So the person one in the boat says, hey, guys, I don't think it's fair. We should get them on the boat. At least, maybe this is wrong. We will not die. But the person one, another on the boat says, wait, you think we are selfish? But we know we are going to drown. Isn't that person selfish? Who's asking to come on the boat? And because of that one person, we all 11 will die. Will all 11 will die. Is that a good idea? So they go like, but here we are being selfish. But the people in the boat says, so are them. They are also being selfish too. So this happens in our relationship as well. When somebody asks us for favor, for example, our moms, dads, this could be even our kids, maybe PTC, PTA, anyone. When they keep asking you, and you know, I will not be able to do it. I'm just tired. But we don't think about it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Do you think, because we are scared, I will be selfish. But do they know, understand that aren't they being selfish? And also I will point out humbleness with narcissism. What we try to tend to do is be very humble, open heart, like we all do. We are parents. We do everything for our kids. We don't tell them, hey, I cleaned your nose. This is extra. I clean the pee on the whatever. I clean when you vomit, and I clean the bathroom. They don't even acknowledge that. But that is our humbleness. We are kids. We do that for our elderly parents. We do that for our friends when they need us. We do that for our relatives, friends when they come over and stay. But that is great. But there is another type of people there. Those are narcissistic. What do? What they do is they just grab everything from you and they just absorb it. They want more and more and more from you. They want you to do this and that, and we keep on giving and giving and giving. Why? Because we are just being humble. But they have this empty hole in them. They cannot self-regulate themselves. Sadly, they need that feed from other people to make them regulate and happy, because they have very, very high ego and they get stressed really fast. How dare she say that to me? We are like, okay, you know what, humble people, we will do that. That's okay, we will do it. We'll do it. So beware of those narcissistic people, narcissism and humbleness. Moving on. Now that we are did that, now we are going to do a little exercise, voice in the room. I am not going to write those up because I would just rather you to say those words. The two words you will write on your t-shirt, unspoken words that describe you. When I go through the pain and when people don't accept me and I am hurt, but I am not going to show to the world because I don't know how are they going to judge me, and I know I will be judged. So I will come up with my two words: hurt, insecure, sad. These are my two words that I feel, but I'm not going to tell anyone because I know people will judge me for that. So anyone, if they want to be add two words, we already based their agreements. Nobody's going to. It's very highly confidential. If wants to, any volunteers? Yes. Helpless and angry. Let me point out, when you say these words, when you give your inner voice, the loud voice, you will feel better. It's not that you will be judged. It is like you're letting it go. Like I said, I was hurt, I was in ego, and I was insecure, and I was very sad. Those are my words. Anyone? Yes. Yes. Been there. I totally understand. It's a very slippery slope. Yes. Anyone else? Frustrated. Yes. We all go through that. It's not just you. I hear you. I was all that when I was going through that. Anyone else wants to participate? Yes, absolutely. We go through that. And if you just realize when we are saying these, we are not different. If you will see, you'll be like, oh, she been through the same? Oh, yes. That is the whole point of opening. We are not different. If you look at us, we are all energies. It's not good energy. It's not bad. It's not how we look, what we eat, what we speak. We are just energies. And if you look at the energies in the whole universe, they don't look apart. That's why when we're in the room, when we bring up with this topic, everybody becomes one big energy because we are all in. Yes. But I would also choose two words that are more positive. Absolutely. Yes. I would say adventurous and eager. You go, Karen. Beautiful. I love it. Clap for her because she went. I love when people go to the be very creativeness. This is the creative side. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, moving on. Okay. Now that we have talked about those words of what we feel about it, but now we are going to the core. Why do we, excuse me, ignore ourselves? Why do we even go there? Number one, just like she said, somebody fear. If you look at the whole scale of human emotions, fear is the uppermost emotion that drives us to do the good things, the bad things, even the most craziest thing people do when they are even normal people. Fear. That is the big troublemaker. Then comes anger, and fear goes in the way back. One of in goes back into that because this is one of those emotions that we needed to survive in the olden times when the caveman, because to keep ourselves safe from the predators. Sadly, or maybe it's the good thing too, it stayed with us. And when we are in the fight and flight, here in the back, that's the fight and flight zone. Once we are in that, our attention spans narrows. We are in survival. Just like she said, I love when she was being creative. When we are in the survival mode, we cannot be creative. I will be making the worst decisions of my life because I am focused on just survival. That's opposite of creative mood. Anger, if I'm angry, I cannot take it on anyone. I will take it on me because I can. Guilt, I will do and pile up on so much on me because I'll be like, oh, if I don't do it, my guilt will kill me. So we keep on piling because we are also scared. People will judge me. And then I will be guilty. It was just one more thing. I wouldn't have been died. Just do it and get it over with. But I couldn't. My energy, my conserved energy it's dying inside. Negativity bias. Our brain works in a way that whenever the positivity, happiness is, we align with that, but we move very fast ahead. But when the negativity comes, our brain gets stuck for a longer period of time. That is the negativity bias of how our brain works. That's why we all support and tell each other, hey, if you see someone close, if he or she is not doing it, you need to be there because the brain sucks you in and you are staying there. You just can't help it sometimes. That happens to me. My kids were actually who pulled me out. And I went finally for I said, okay, enough of the judgment. People can judge me, but hey, at least I will see the world with peace. So that was the fear I had of judgment, but I did come out of it. Past experiences, if I had known that if I did that, very bad, something happened to me in the past, I will not do it again. I will kill myself inside. And I did. And people do. People pleaser. I will do it to please other people. I might get promotion. I might get a good deal. I might get some more money. People will like me. I will make more contacts. But I am with the price of what? I'm killing myself inside. But with the hope of good future that, hey, I will stop one day. That day might come for some, might not come from some. Ego, also been there. I was very angry at myself because I was coming from ego. How dare it happen to me in my relationship that I felt this pain when I did for 30 years everything what my faith, what my tradition, what my culture, all the values I did fulfill. How dare? Because I was coming from ego. That really was a big, huge conflict for me. Victim mindset. I learned that during my coaching. Victim mind plays a really huge role in our life, how we are going to go ahead. Past is done. We don't need to go to the past. We don't even need to go a day. What happened? Where we stand now in this room today, the present will take us to the future. And we can make the extraordinary changes in our future. I did. I started my career at the age of 48. Never been to school, got back in school, graduated with summa cum laude. I wanted 4.0 GPA because I always pushed my kids, hey, where is A plus? They're like, ma, where is your A plus? Come on, ma, you can do it, ma. So 3.9 GPA. But hey, thank you. Also, one more thing I would like to say, with the 48 people told me from my culture, you're old. Old people can learn something new. The memory kind of gets tainted. I was like, okay. So I took a challenge upon me and I said, okay. But I also kind of proved that neuroplasticity, you can learn something new at any age. Age is just a number. And from the culture I come from, we are a culture, sadly not all of them, we are not feminist. We are working on it, getting there, women power. But I had only one way to prove that, hey, education was allowed. So I'm like, okay, so this is my field. And thank God, alhamdulillah, I see. So victim mindset. I should. Why don't you do exercise? I know, I should. This is being like, I should. But then looking at the victim, I'm looking at the world, the whole world is against me, and I am not doing anything positive because the world is not letting me. Self love, how to self love? I love this. Self awareness, the first step, just like we talk about staying in the present. What am I feeling? Acknowledge it, accept it. We are all perfect. Frizzy hair, not hair. I want to lose couple pounds. Hey, I did not wear something nice. Couldn't get the Gucci shoes. Fine. This is me. This is external things, but deep down, do I even love myself? Do I even need these things? We do need. Why not? But the core, the confidence that will shine out is your core. How? Self awareness. And just like my friend said, compassion to yourself. Very important. We show compassion to the rest of the world, but when it comes to us, we push ourselves, put ourselves by the wall. Why? We might see because moms did it, aunts did it, grandparents, our community does it, but it's time to you think about it. We can do both. I am doing both. I have learned not to be rebellious. Moderation, find a way where you can bring people with compassion and you make them agree with you. It's not impossible, but if you think with the owner mindset we will talk about, it, everything is possible in the world. There is no word in your dictionary, take it out. Regulate emotions. I had that problem in my life all 30 years. Did not go out for dinner? How dare you? I did all the dishes for 1 week. This is one day I needed to go out. Oh, I couldn't, kids and that. So I would not process it and be angry about it for the whole day and then have an argument. But was it a big thing? No. Okay, I should come from understanding. But I was coming from my ego. I understand everyone and no self-compassion for me. How dare nobody's understanding me? What I should have understood. I never prioritized myself to keep check myself, and then I'm loading and putting all the faults on others. So I checked that. I regulated my emotions. Didn't happen. I need to regulate, come out of that negative zone as soon as I can. The longer you stay there, we talked about the negativity bias. The longer you stay there, your mind gets fixed to that. Dinner, kids' movie, had an argument. My kids had nothing to do with it, but they would suffer from it. Next day, school, I'm not going to get up because I'm mad, and my kids are not going to get good snack or lunch, maybe cold pizza. Yes, but I did not do that. It's an example. He's like, oh, yeah, example. So, and then it goes on and on. My kids say, Mom, I want to go to the park because kids are all, and then my friend called me, hey, do you want to go for a coffee? I'm in a bad mood. I will say no. And they'd be like, why is she so mean today? Because I am mean to myself. I'm not regulating my emotions. And who's learning that from me? People around me. So regulate your emotions so that you can think about the problem creatively. Creativity only comes to us when we are not in the fight and flight and in the negative bias. Say no with respect. Oh, I would love to do it. But for now, my favorite is what I tell it, I will let you know. Tell that right away. Everybody, hey, would you come out for dinner? We are just at 10 minutes. I will let you know. Hey, we are going in 10 minutes. Sorry, I will let you know. Okay. And then somebody, hey, can you do this report for me? It's due tomorrow. Come on, you did that. Come on. I will let you know. I'll get back to you. This way, you will feel away from guilt and give yourself time, whether you want to do it or not. And believe me, others will understand. I even tried it with my parents. My God bless my father. My dad is not in the world. God bless her soul. But my mom, can you do this, Gulnaz? Like, Mom, I will let you know. Okay. And I'm like, she's not mad. She's like, okay. But then I do call her and tell her, okay, I will do this. and I will not do that. And she's okay. So you people are not accustomed to that. We are so scared. So my getaway of what I have learned is to say, I'll get back to you. I will let you know. And no, I need to know. Give me a couple minutes now. Just I'll let you. By then, when you will see when the moment passes, the other person will not be over you. He's like, okay, I get it. Bye to perfectionism. There is no perfectionism. Even in the world, the universe will you will see there is nothing two things alike. What does that tell us? Everything in the world is very different. There is no perfectionism. And owner mindset. What does that mean? Victim mindset. I should. I'll have to. But owner mindset. Hey, you didn't exercise. Oh, I did not, but I will. Wow, you did not make the dinner last night. Oh, I did not, but I will. Not tonight, but I will. So there is a difference when you think like that. I will do it eventually. I will plan. I didn't do it today. I didn't do it for a week, but I am going to do it. But instead of I should, that is the victim mindset. I was the really built in with the victim mindset. Now, see, something happened. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rumi, but the self love, and this is the philosopher I love. Some of you might love Rumi. Before we go to end of it, I would like to add two things. One is the negative thoughts. When we think about negative thoughts, our brain gets used to that, and then we get addicted to that. Your body becomes your mind, and your brain, it becomes the slave of your body. So that's why I'm telling you, regulate your emotions as soon as you can. Bruce Lipton once said that your subconscious is programmed in the beginning of the 7 years. Why? Because our brain waves are really low. Whatever the culture, whatever the society, whatever the religion it is, the child absorbs it. All the habits that he sees, the role modeling, everything, it builds the subconscious. My subconscious was already built. But when I experienced that sudden pain, then I'm like, what am I doing wrong? The wrong was I was coming from my subconscious, which was already being built. And I just could not get it out because whenever I would try to forgive myself, my body will go to anxiety and I would have a panic attack. What they're doing, it has been explained, your anxiety levels rises up. That means you are doing something against what your subconscious is already trained. So gutting up my subconscious, it was a hell of a ride for 2 years. Did I enjoy it? No. It was really hard. But was it worth it? Absolutely. I would say I am a new person, and people who know me, I see a couple faces here, they know me. So I was different Gulnaz. I'm still Gulnaz, but my mindset changed 360 angle. I am not from a victim mindset. I look at everybody's, whatever the tone, whatever they say, try to understand where they are coming up from. And being a life coach is understanding, acknowledging, respecting what others are coming up. And then from looking upon to that, then I go to me and be like, hey, I know this person is going on to this, but do I understand? No, but I will because I am practicing self love. Any questions so far? Yes.
How did your family, your spouse, children, because when you begin to take care of yourself and say no, I think your family, was it hard for them? Were they supportive? Did they go along for the ride?
In the beginning, it was difficult because I was quiet and I am not a quiet person. I used to always say something back, but then I started to study myself first, my behavior. When people say something, how do I react? And most importantly, why do I react in that way? Like I said, I was mad, I was hurt, and my ego was in my way. I gave 30 years, and how dare this person is saying that? So instead of blaming anyone else, even if they said something, I knew, I already told you, once you started changing, you yourself will give you the hardest time. I started having night terrors. And my son is like, Ma, you need to go, please. Get professional help because next step is you will be walking around sleepwalking. And why are you not going? Because I was like, no, in our community, if they will find out Gulnaz is going through depression, they will judge me. He's like, Ma, they will judge you and you're taking it out on your life. Come on. And nobody said anything. Nobody knows. I am the one who's telling everyone. But it was but fear inside. My kids were open-minded first, and my husband was little scared in the middle. What's going on? Like, but instead of blaming him, I was like, I stopped playing the blame game. That's it. In order to get a change in the environment, you need to change first. So I took the negativity bias out of my life and I started thinking and realizing, and I did see where is he coming from? All his actions that he did, where did they come from? Where did they come from? And it was very difficult, like you said, in the but I will, now that it's open, I started changing formally last December. I looked upon myself and I looked in the mirror and I said, Gulnaz, that's also, I started training of a life coach too. So I'm like, okay, Gulnaz, this is you. That is your past. Where are you going to go? So I looked into my eyes and I said, I am going to break this circle, this cycle, which I always go back because that's my safe zone. But to get to the new circle, because my body, my subconscious was trained, I will do this and the hormones will happen, it will secrete. And then my brain is like, oh, she's back. This is your zone. Welcome back. But once you start changing, my brain did not like it. I was not having panic attacks. When I started changing, slowly it faded, but it was hard for me. I wanted to jump into argument because that was easy for me. I wanted to blame him because that was easy for me. But I told myself, do you want to make a change? And my most, the burden on me, it was a good burden. I wanted to role model for my kids and for the new generation and for the women, specifically in my culture. You can change. Okay, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Fine. What I could do was education. And I'd never been to school here for 30 years of my life. I was just taking here and there free courses because hey, we were spending keeping money for our kids, right? So and why would they spend? And we thought, why I'm going to spend money because I'm not going to go for a job or anything. So I'm like, okay. So I went for the free courses in Montville Library. Then I said, okay, that's fine, but slowly. Okay, so I went for the classes, and then my daughter actually she took me to CCM where I graduated with dual degrees with summa cum laude. Now I'm at Montclair pursuing further and also pursuing my career as a life coach. And I love to, it's not about the money, it's the energy I get. It's phenomenal. I just, when I speak and I speak with my full authenticity and my beliefs, and I do believe everyone is capable of change, no matter where you stand. There were women very successful, highly above of me. I could not reach there, but I used to see myself low, but not anymore. I can start whenever I'm standing. I'm not in a competition. We are all in this together. I also believe in feminism. We are all in this together. I am happy to help any other person to get on, for the women specifically, that hey, it's okay. If she's better than me and she's like, well, now you're not allowed, get out of here, I'll be more than happy to step away. She is capable. She should be on my position. This is what it's needed, and I do that. Rumi, a philosopher, said, and he said, your task is not to seek love outside, but to seek the barriers you built within ourselves against it. I was doing that. There are 5 languages of love. My husband, he was doing something else, but I wanted something else. There is touch, there is doing something for others. And that, if you want, we can have a session and we'll talk about it. But there are 5 languages of love. People express their love differently. I did not know that. So that is the what I had, those beliefs in me. Hey, if he's not doing this, he does not love me. You know, whatever, I want it my way or highway. That is what we do for other people. And that is not love. That is conditional love. And conditions love never brings genuine happiness, compassion, and satisfaction. I love what Brene Brown said. She's wonderful. She's a also. Opposite of perfection is self-compassion. There is no perfectionism. You are perfect, be authentic, people will feel you, they will respect you. Only then you can bring change in yourself, in your family, and people around you. And then what I add is acceptance. What you do, accept it. You are perfect. The way I see you, all of you are perfect. May God bless you. Take a picture of this. This is the takeaway, the core. How to get self love. Acknowledge wherever you are, wherever you stand, whatever you do, whatever you feel, whatever the circumstances are. You are powerless. You don't have any money, God forbid. You're hurt. Nobody acknowledges you. Acknowledge that. That is you. But that's your present. It's not going to be your future. You accept it with wholeheartedly. This is me. The journey begins from acceptance. And then you aspire. You make your short term goals and then you make your big term goals. I can make a big term goal. That's fine. Baby goal. Just go for, like me, go to Montville free class or go to Parsippany here for the free class. I went for ELL free classes. That helped me a lot. Go for that. Baby goals. It took me 30 years to stand here. I came in this country in 1994 and I had my girl in 1994. That is where I came as an immigrant in the land of opportunity. It took me 30 years, ladies, to come here right in front of you talking and telling, hey, you can do it too. You could be doing it in maybe 30 months, 30 weeks, 30 days, but it was my journey. If I would go back and change it, no, because I healed. You heal from it by forgiving. So I forgave. I forgave myself for being ignorant, not knowing. That's okay. I did not know any better. I'm not going to be angry. Yes, I did make mistakes. I own it. And I'm a teacher too. I always tell my students, we all make mistakes. Calm down. I write the wrong date. Should I cry now? We all make mistakes. The point is, we made a mistake, realizing it, accepting it, and then moving on. And also, when the younger individuals, if they say, I made a mistake, they accept it. We older role model and say, thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. But when I make a mistake, I will also apologize. Whether I apologize Even if a 5-year-old student of mine, I call them Mr. This and Miss That, but I do apologize. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. And they're like, that's okay. I'm like, no, but I did make a mistake and I'm sorry. This is the takeaway. This is my presentation. I am Gulnaz Saeed, the life coach. Thank you, Jean Marie. We got it in time, even before. Any questions? We have a little bit more time. Any additions? I love my workshops because when I see smiling faces, that I'm like, oh, okay, your message is conveyed. It's done. Some things they, because I see that they're like, oh, I know that already, and that gives me like, oh, I know that, that gives me like, oh, he's he's coming from that pride, mashallah, and they're like, I knew that, and then something is like, oh, now I know that thing resonates to that. Now I understand why this, and now it's a connection is made. This is how the change begins. May you go from here, you think, and you be like, okay, I cannot make this huge change, but I can only make this one. So instead of thinking about other people, think about yourself first. If this thing happened, I cannot control that, but I can control myself. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself elevated. Another thing which I have wanted to mention is pain, which I experienced it, is part of life. I thought I was coming from ego. Day to day pain happened when me and my kids, we teenagers, we had arguments, and I was like, how dare you? No, this is what we do. We need to, if this, he or she's going through something, of course they are going to talk about it. Pain is part of life. Suffering, however, is optional. We choose to suffer for years. If we do not regulate for a couple days, it becomes mood. For a couple weeks, months, it becomes our temperament. And then, God forbid, we get stuck there like I was for 2 years. So mind with the negative bias, it's very hard to come out from that. So regulate, love, and pain, understand, like happiness, all the things, pain is part of life. How we want to deal with it and how long we want to stay there, let it linger within us, we choose that. If somebody, God forbid, hurts us, goes away, and I'm feeling that, how long I am going to keep it on me? It's me, nobody else's choice. Other thing is, Sadhguru said, which also helped me in my times, he's like, we all, since this world became, we all are very creatures of our free will. Nobody ever and nobody will be doing what others want me to do. So if somebody has been a reason in your life and my life to give us a pain, that person decided to act upon his free will. How I deal with it is me, not that. That person is not responsible for that. Other thing, if somebody tells me, hey, you sit here for every day when I tell you, will I do that? That's against my free will. If I don't want to do that, how dare I want someone else to do that? That is what you asked me about my husband. This is what I told him. And he looked at me like that. And he's like, what? I'm like, yes, I changed. He did not know, because never in my life for 30 years, all we did was argue. And I said, no, by the little things. So he's like, I'm like, no, I'm not going to argue anymore, because now I understand where you come from. And what I was role modeling, because I am not doing this, I hope you will not do the same as a respect. Let me tell you, the change, it did happen. He tried every trick in the book. I'll buy a new car for you. Like, okay. You want to get something like Chanel bag? Yeah, okay. I never got any though yet. But I was like, I'm like, where I know where you're coming from, but I am not. He's like, oh, maybe she will leave me, what is this going on? So I was like, it's not that. I have changed completely and wanted to. And I want peace in my home. And I want serenity, understanding, compassion, which I think I was lacking for him. And no more arguments. I am free. Whatever I do, he's free. And my kids are at peace. No arguments. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. Why? There is no reason. And I told him, you are capable and independent, as am I. And we are, as humans, we are totally independent and capable being. I don't need anyone to make me happy, sad, give me food. I am capable of eating. I'm capable of going to get medication. Yes, I will ask him, can you do this for me? But how nature and the universe has created every single being is a complete being. We in the world condition and we get conflicted and attached with other people and we think, oh, I will die without him or her. We will not even die if my kid go like, ma, bye, I have my own life. No, but we have connected that we suffocate them and we myself get suffocated. Love is letting go for the love. Like you cannot hold the butterfly. You have to let them go because I love them. Let them breathe. They will come. Won't you see them being happy instead of like, no, let them go. And if they do really love you, they will be connected with you wherever they are. Wherever they are. So thank you so much. If any more questions, shoot. And if not, then love you all. Yes. I have been life coach. If you ask me, I have been coaching my life. It has been 30 years. But if you ask me professionally, since COVID, 2020, yes. Because then I took all the trainings and everything. But I took the trainings to understand. I did not want to be because I was like, oh my God, who's going to listen to me? I'm Desi woman from Pakistan, cannot even speak. I've never been to. But then since I went to my degree and then all the presentation I had to, and then I was dying inside. But then I'm like, okay, I have to role model. My kids are looking at me. What is Ma gonna do now? Ma, where is your A? So that is, and then I let go the fear, I let go the judgment, and I let go the guilt. Whoever I am, I'm authentically here, right in front of you. I have no hiding. I don't need to hide. My flaws are here. All my attributes are here. There is no hiding. And if it resonates to you, good. And if there is something you don't agree with me, that's also fine. You guys are being creative, and I love it. Thank you so much for listening and your time. Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.